Alright, boys and girls, welcome to video lesson number 1 in chapter 11, our lesson on the area of parallelograms and triangles. Okay, the area of a parallelogram is always equal to the length of the base, whether it's the top or the bottom base. These two bases are the same, we know. It's the length of the base times the height, where the height is always perp to the base. So the area of a parallelogram area equals length of the base times the height. Again, where the height is always perp to the base. So as we look at this first problem right now to find the area of this parallelogram, the area, of course, is equal to base times height. The base in this case is 8. The height that's perp to the base is this one right here, the 3, not the 4. The 4 is not perp to the base. That's one of the sides. So this area equals 8 times 3, which is 24. So the area of this guy right here, area again is base times height. The base is 2.5. That's this length right here. And the height, of course, is the one that's perp to the base. That's 5.1. 2.5 times 5.1 is 12.75. All right, we're going to find the area of this parallelogram right here. Right here, this parallelogram. I need to find a height, which in this case is 8. If I count up, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or I can see on this side is also 8. It goes from 11 to 3. This distance right here, that's perpendicular to my height, I'll call that my base. It's going to have a length of 4. You can see the x's go from 0 to 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have a horizontal distance of 4. I have a vertical distance of 8. Therefore, if you want, think about this is my base, and this is my height. My base is 8. My height is 4. This has an area of 32. Okay, you guys find this one. Find the area of this parallelogram. Stop the tape and give it a go. Very good. You should have found that the area is 120. I got base times height. Base is 12. Height is 10. Notice that my height is sure enough perp to the base. So my area is 12 times 10, or 120. Okay, this is a fun problem right here. Find the area of the parallelogram. First of all, let's find the area. The area is going to be, I can look right here. I have a base of 12. This length right here is 12. And this height right here is perp to that base. So it's 8. So I have the area of the parallelogram is this base times this height, which is going to be, let me get my pen here, 12 times 8, which equals 96. I now want to find the area or the height going from the other base. So I'm looking in essence for this height right here, where that's a right angle. I now know again that my area equals base times height. Well, looking here, let me get my marker here. This base is 10. My height right here is what I'm looking for, and I know from up here that my area is 96. So I can now write this out. My area is 96. My base was 10, and I'm looking for the height. Divide both sides by 10. It looks like my height is 9.6. So this height right here would be 9.6. Okay, the area of a triangle, and we did this in class, or we will do it in class, is always 1/2 the area of the rectangle that it would fit into, or 1/2 the area of the parallelogram it would fit into. So the area of a triangle is equal to 1/2 base times height. And again, the base and the height are always perpendicular. If you prefer, you can also write base times height divided by 2. Same formula. So the area of this triangle is going to be 1/2 base times height. So let me write that out. Area equals 1/2 equals base times height. My base is going to be 12. My height is 14. So this area is equal to 1/2 times 12 times 14, which I believe is 84. The area of the second triangle, again, is equal to 1/2 base times height. My base I can see is 5. And my height, be careful, is not 13. That's the hypotenuse of my right triangle. We know that this height is a 5, 12, 13 right triangle. So my height is 12. So my area equals 1/2 times 5 times 12, which is 30. Okay, let's find the area of these two guys right now. I got an area equals 1/2 base times height. In this case, my base, as we can see, is 3. My height is 4.2, even though now that my altitude, my height is outside of the triangle, it's still perp to the base. I needed to extend the base, but that's okay. So it's 1/2 times 3 times 4.2, which I'm doing this in my head, don't tell me. 6.3, I believe. Check my math. Text me if I'm wrong. Just kidding. This second triangle right here, I have a base right here, which I don't know, but I have a height of 8, and I have a hypotenuse of 17, ding, ding, ding. We know that that base now must be 15, so that's a 5. So I have 1/2 times the base, which is 15, times the height, which is 8. Doing this in my head, I'm going to do 1/2 times 8 is 4. 4 times 15 is equal to 60. Okay, we did this problem before with the parallelograms. Now we're going to do it with the triangle. Find the area of the triangle and the value of h. H is right here. But I can find the area of the triangle using this base right here, which is 12, and this height, which is perp to the base, which they say is 6. Do we see that that's 6 now? So I know that the area of the triangle is going to be 1/2 base, which is 12, times the height, which they point to is 6. So I have 1/2 times 12 times 6, so I know my area equals, don't tell me, 36. So now I want to find this height right here using this base, which is 14. So the area, which is 36, is equal to 1/2 the base, which is 14, times the height. That's what I'm looking for. So 36 is equal to 7h. I'm going to divide both sides by 7. Whoop, whoop. So h is equal to 36 divided by 7, which of course equals 5 1/7. That's it, folks. We'll see you soon. Have a great night.